The people in Yoakum and the surrounding communities are wonderful. They're generous, they're kind, they have great values.
Hardworking, honest, dependable, pretty much like small town Texas, small town USA, I assume.
I mean, I trust them to, be the ones that helped raise my kids, from people who took care of my kids when they were little to the ones who taught them in school. You get a smile, a hello, a handshake, a hug every time you see someone, every time you pass them. If you're not from a small town, you didn't grow up in a small town, maybe it's hard to understand, but all I say is come here and visit, and you'll see what it is. So my story is a little different. Before I decided to become a doctor, I was a high school teacher for several years. I went back to school later. I was one of the oldest one in my medical school class. I was the oldest one in my residency class. That shouldn't limit you. Age shouldn't limit you, sex shouldn't limit you, gender shouldn't limit you, any of those things. If you have a dream, go for it. That's what I hope my kids and grandkids see, that go for it. It's never too late. So I chose Texas A&M. They're known for preparing people for rural medicine. It's been fun having a medical student working with me these couple of weeks.
Dr. Welch is so nice, and it's really cool to see, like, in a rural town, how personable of a relationship she has with everybody. It's also just cool to experience something different. Like, every time you drive past the Yoakum population sign, it's like population of 5,900, and that's just very different than where I grew up. So it's nice to experience something different. I just like how personal and like how much of a hometown feel there is. So it's been really nice.
I always thought when I went to medical school that my dream would be to come back and work with my dad here in Yoakum. When I was in medical school, I always tried to sort of keep that perspective that when I'm training, I need to train hard to come back to work here.
I've been very impressed with her preparation by the College of Medicine. So I think overall, they were able to produce a very well-rounded physician to serve the needs of a rural community.
I don't think I could nail down the first moment that I knew that being a rural doctor was more than just practicing medicine, because that's what I grew up my whole life seeing.
She grew up watching me in practice for all of her life, basically, and I'm not originally from Yoakum, but they embraced me and made me feel like part of the community.
It's just obvious, like, you knew the impact that he had at work. I wasn't with him at work, like with him seeing the patients, obviously, but I saw what he meant to the patients in the community. Anywhere we went, it was obvious.
Being a doctor in a small town, everybody knows you, everybody appreciates you, you have a lot of respect from the community, you get to be involved on a very personal basis.
How really cool it is that I have these multi-generations of patients already just starting out at just my first year of practice. I get to sit down with them in our appointment and we talk about things like that, the things that are important to them, like their family, and usually, some of that comes out, so I get to know their stories, and that's one of my favorite parts. Every morning when I wake up and I pray, God, help me to see things from my patient's perspective that day. So the people that I'm seeing are here because they're sick, or they're hurting, or they're scared. When I'm talking to them and when I'm treating them, I want them, first of all, to know that I care, that I'm here for them. I want to listen to them, and I just want them to know that they can trust me. I've been given an important role, and I want to take full responsibility and care with that.
There are so many things about her that I appreciate and that I like. She will come in and sit and listen to me as long as I feel like I need to talk to her. and I don't ever feel like she's rushing to try to get out the door. She really cares about her patients.
I get so many people coming up to me just saying, thank you, I'm so glad you're back. We're so glad to have you. It means so much, to the community, to the hospital that you came back.
We're just so thrilled to have her here, and I really hope that we can get more doctors, students that are becoming doctors, to think about going to rural communities. I think that is so important.
She'll do a wonderful job at continuing the legacy, and that's one of the most exciting things about her deciding to come here. Hopefully she'll be able to recruit some other younger physicians to come in and help her, and then continue on the next generation as we kind of decide to fade into the sunset.
In a perfect world, I think my story would end with me working here in Yoakum till I'm ready to retire. I'd like to just be here, have my kids and grandkids nearby. I really just want to stay in this community. I love everything about it. I love my job. I love where I'm working. I love the people that I get to take care of every day. So I hope I get to do it for a long time.